So you guys are coming to Universal Preservation Hall November 18th. For somebody who hasn't seen the show, like I have several times, explain what Yesterday and Today, the Interactive Beatles Experience is like.
Well, if you love the Beatles, that's cool. That's where we want to leave it. We don't care what they look like. We all know what they look like. We all know what they dress like, what their different eras look like. So let's take that part off the table and find out why you love the Beatles. And then what we do is we want to know your name, your favorite Beatles song, and the reason why you chose that song. We take those cards, we collect them, and 2 minutes before the show starts, we put together a set list based on the songs that the audience picked, and we use those reasons to tell you why people love their music. And then we tell people why we love the music. When you combine that all in a little pot, it becomes this amazing thing that we're all
Beatles
together.
too.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with us. We're just playing the songs, which we would do anyway. We've been doing it our whole life. It's more about that audience because
the puppet masters. That's how we are.
Yeah, we're just playing the songs for the people. So every show is completely different. We've never done any show that was like the other. Everyone is completely different because of that request factor.
Has there been a story in the long career of doing Yesterday and Today? Has there been a request that has like really moved one of you more than, a different one? Or
yeah, when the show first started, we kind of did like a trial run in New Orleans. This is before it was Yesterday and Today. So it was just Matthew and I, and we had a couple other guys that were learning Beatles songs, taking requests. And that was my contribution to that show, like this request aspect. And I got one first time we ever did the show. And I still remember it. The lady told her name. Her request was Hey Jude. And she said, when my little brother was 16, he died in a car crash. And that was 1969. And after all the adults left, all of his friends and all of her friends, like of that age group, gathered around in a circle in his grave and sang Hey Jude. Would you please play that song for us? And I went, oh, man, I didn't see that coming. I thought it would just be, I love the song, we'll play it. And right out of the gate, it struck a chord. It hit me. It still gets me choked up, and it's why we're 20 years later still doing the show.
I'm surprised you could even sing it after being choked up with a story like that.
And Steve, that's one of 1,000 stories that are like that that have continually happened over the years that we all have.
And that's the thing, because it's our story as well. When our dad passed away, we sang "Let It Be" at his funeral, and to this day, it still means something because of that day. So everybody's got their own story. So.
And the show is dedicated to the memory of your dad, who loved the Beatles, instilled that love of Beatles in you guys.
Yeah.
And that's why you're doing what you're doing.
He unknowingly gave us a career. You know what I mean? We're military kids that had, our future was question mark. And because we didn't have a television, we had his records and a guitar. He sat us down when we were little kids in Germany and just started teaching us parts. That grew into then performing songs around the dining room table, and then karaoke, and then here we are. And so when we lost him, we wanted to show people how strong his love of their music was, because it still lives in us. And now,
and I've seen that it lives in your kids as well, because obviously your kids are big Beatles fans, but some of your kids have actually performed on stage with you guys, right?
Absolutely. All of our kids at one point or another have been on stage, and my son Kieran now was joining us on stage in the show at age 15. He's our lead guitarist, so it's pretty cool.
He's a good guitar player. I've seen video. He's a hell of a guitar player.
To an Omaha show, you get to catch Ryan McGuigan, the next gen.
Yeah, he's got to graduate before he thinks about coming.
We're thinking college.
That's awesome. Well, you guys want to do some Beatles?
Of course we do. Should we go old school like we used to? We'll take.
Yeah, you want to do? I'll just throw out some titles, and you guys just jump on it.
Yeah. All right. It take us a second to huddle.
That's all good. We'll start easy. Help.
1, 2, 3, 4. Help!
I need somebody help. Not just anybody help. I need your help.
How about Taxman?
Let me tell you how it will be. There's one for you, 19 for me.
I got to chorus.
Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man.
All right, let's slow it down. 2 of us.
Oh, man.
Two of us
Don't Let Me Down.
Oh yeah.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
How about Blackbird?
Blackbirds in the night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you and me will tell this moment tonight.
How about I Am the Walrus?
I am his, you are his, you are his, we are all together. See how they run like this, but we're gonna see how to die. I'm crying.
All right, and let's do one more. Norwegian Wood.
Oh yeah. Hang on. Oh, don't have me capo. Let's do a different.
So long, asked me to stay. She told me to stay anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there was no shame.
You guys still have it.
It's older versions of us now, Steve.
Right.
I know, but you know what? It sounds just as good as I remember from seeing the show live.
We're gonna start using the wigs now, though, Steve.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Here.
at least one of us is going to start using the
Yeah.
now.
do you guys, when you're figuring out the songs, and obviously you know every Beatles song now, do you divvy up who's going to sing what, who's going to do what by where your vocal quality is, who's more like Paul, who's more like George?
Signed by our dad back in like
Right.
1983. We never leave that.
That's right.
I
Who's
remember
Ringo
my
then?
dad to this day going, okay, he's Help. He's gonna sing Help. You two are the back. You know, you do like Paul. We're like, okay. I can still see him yelling at them, telling us to do it right. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
we have assigned seating, if you will.
I can see that. I can see that. Is there anything else you want to tell us about the show that, you know, people who love the Beatles, you know, anything that, you know, they need to know?
Listen, if you see an advertisement or an advertisement, if you see an advertisement for this show and you're like, come on, it's probably for you. Because I would see the advertisement for this show and I'd be like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Please do come see it. It's made for you. This is somehow we've made it a show with heart. It's that's what it's about. It's truly about the love of their music and how it brings us all together. It has nothing to do with them. It's really about their music and the impact of their music. And that's what we're really paying tribute to, which makes us different from everybody else. So give us a shot. You know, you might become a McGuigan brother fan. I don't know.
I assume in all the years that you've been doing this, have you thrown some surprises in there that, you know, people be...
Oh, I mean, we've come out sometimes and done a little, you know, it just depends on what people want, Steve, and how the audience is. You know, will we do solo stuff? It could happen.
Maybe. Ooh, nice. I think you guys are going to love the venue too. Universal Preservation Hall is an old church that we renovated. We saved it from being torn down and renovated it, and it is a spectacular venue. You're going to love the venue.
We kill in churches.
Yep, we sure do.
It's a religious experience.
We were built for that type of setting.
And I get an amen.
Well, I can't wait to see you guys. Universal Preservation Hall, November 18th. You can get your tickets at universalpreservationhall.org or proctors.org, the box office. And, man, we'll see you guys in a little less than a month.
Can't wait.
Great, man.
See you then.